This is lesson 12 in the beer characteristics section, and this lesson is about the Husky/Grainy character in beer. So the Husky/Grainy character in beer, they are aroma and flavor notes much like raw or sprouting grains. They're often accompanied by a dry and astringent sensation on the palate. Some of the causes for the Husky/Grainy flavors: aldehydes and malts are the main compound that is responsible for this Husky/Grainy character. We can extract more of this character than desired in our brewing process by overcrushing our malt, and that is the tearing apart of the grain husk, and that will increase the husky character that will draw into the beer. And performing an extended mashing time can also intensify this character, as well as sparging with too high a temperature water or too high a pH level of water. That also tends to draw out more of this husky flavor. Sparging with too high a temperature or too high a pH level of water can increase the extraction of these husky flavors. And over-sparging could also start to pull out higher levels of those husk compounds. The types of malts used in our grist can impact the addition of these husky and grainy flavors. Pilsner malt, for instance. Pilsner malt is high in the aldehydes that contribute to this grainy character. This is a common character in pale lagers. The aldehyde adds complexity without being overwhelming. And roasted malts. These can also add a graininess in darker beers. When it's not presented in overwhelming amounts, this husky grainy character is acceptable in several styles. In pale lagers, a light grainy character is acceptable in International Pale Lager, German Pils, and German Helles export beers. In dark beers, it's acceptable in dark milds, Scottish ales, oatmeal stouts, and American porters. It's also acceptable in other styles like alt beer and Irish red ales. There are some things we can do in our brewing process to manage the husky grainy character. Starting with a proper crushing of our malts and making sure that we don't overcrush them in the milling process. Making sure we don't mash our grains for an overextended amount of time. And ensuring we're sparging with water that's not too hot or with too high of a pH level. The husky grainy character in summary. The husky grainy flavors come from malt aldehydes that are influenced by brewing techniques. They add character to certain beer styles when managed properly. And if we detect an inappropriate amount of husky or grainy character in a beer that we're given in our judging exam, we can note something like, careful control of milling, mashing, and sparging can help avoid excessive huskiness. All right, that concludes the husky grainy character lesson. Let's head on to the next.